Hi Tubies, here's Alexandra, and today I want to talk about finding your color scheme and how to work through test miniatures. And you all might know that I am playing Stormcast Eternals, and here are some miniatures of my painted collection. Here I have the standard Hammers of Sigma color scheme in gold and blue. And here directly you can see a difference even in the same miniature range that you are painting. You can simply switch out some colors on the miniatures. For example, in the Hammers of Sigma, the robes are normally white with some blue and red, and I in the end decided to make them simply blue. So this was my test for that, and I didn't like the white or gray color, and I also tested with this miniature here with some white and red robes and blue, and that didn't click with me. I didn't want to paint those white robes, and in the end I decided on blue. And you need test miniatures for that. So next few test miniatures for you is my red area. So here I tested, instead of blue robes and blue shoulder pads, I tested a Stormcast Eternal with some red robes and red shoulder pads. It was nice, but in the end I decided for the blue ones. Also, here's another test miniature from that era. I tried to paint some Stormcast Eternals with edge highlighting instead of normal highlighting, and this is the end result, and I think this is a nice color scheme, but I wanted the normal color scheme. So in this vein I also painted this hero here for my board game Hero Quest, Silver Tower, and he ended up obviously in my Stormcast Eternals army, but I still need to repaint the robes in blue. He is still in this red color scheme. This was the in-between era when before I finally decided on the gold and blue color scheme. Also you can see how the bases evolved. Here this was obviously the pre-made base, and from that I used some texture rollers to make some street bases, and tried some snow effect on there, but I didn't like that in the end, and so I went with more of a foresty dirty ground color in the end, and my final result on this is you can see here. This is my final way how I make the basis for my Stormcast Eternals. This is just how miniatures evolve in my on my painting desk. This one here I painted today for another little test with some red and blue. I hope you like him. I wanted to use the same method I used for my red Space Marines here, just like those here. And I went for the same painting technique with those, without the scratch marks yet, but I think I leave them away. So also I tried a different base again here with some greenish stones in a green forest. I thought that would complement the red of the armor nicely. Yeah. Then we come to another test miniature that I have here. Here I wanted to test the color combination turquoise or teal and magenta, or purple towards magenta and white, and with the white ropes. I think this is also a really neat color scheme, but it takes a long time to paint, especially because the magenta has a very low coverage, but it looks nice. So also I experimented a little bit with the texture paste here, with a crackling effect and some green glowing effects here. And then we come to my Disciples of the Storm. After I was half done with my Hammers of Sigmar, I decided when the Sacrosanct Chamber dropped in that I didn't want to paint the Secretors and stuff as Hammers of Sigmar. I wanted a more grim, dark feeling for Stormcast Eternals, and this is what I came up with a yellow and silver scheme with some really dirty tattered cloth, and some blood effects here, so to make them really grim dark. Also the shields are really dirty. And this is here my newest iteration for a Vindictor. I experimented a little bit more with true metallic metal, with nice color transitions from dark metal to bright metal. Here also on the chest plate, also on the spear here. Yeah. And then we come to the era for the how are they called? The Celestial Vindicators. They are an interesting Stormcast Eternal Stormhost, because there are actually two color schemes for those. You have the standard in-lore color scheme with a teal armor and with white shoulder pads. And then you, someone on the heavy metal team decided, well, let's make them blue. And you have the those little colored sheets where you have all the different chapters of Stormcast Eternals or Stormhosts, and the Celestial Vindicators are always depicted in teal armor, and then you have the Efi Metal versions on the painted miniature pages, and they are always in blue with white shoulder pads. And then you have a painting tutorial for a Celestial Vindicator in the same book, which features a teal armor. This is the same bullcrap that GW was making with the Space Wolves way back. Space Wolves, for example, are supposed to have a grey armor, but somebody on the Efi Metal team decided, we'll make it baby blue instead. So here I test painted a miniature with edge highlighting in blue armor with some burgundy red cloth. And then I decided, okay, let's paint a different one with a teal armor and with red cloth highlighted to orange. And then I thought, okay, let's try out some non-metallic metal instead of true metallic metal instead. On this one here, same armor painting, but all the metal parts are non-metallic metal. And then I thought, okay, let's try that out with some contrast paint thrown around. This is still a work in progress, but nevertheless, you can see the difference. This will be much brighter in the end. This is the mid-tone, and then the highlights will be almost white, where this is here a very subdued version. And yeah, this is basically how I work through color schemes. Also here I have a variant for a painting tutorial, not painting tutorial, for a painting contest that is held on my Discord right at the moment. You can still enter that if you wish to, if you are watching this still at this month of release. You have until the 31st to enter a Stormcast that you painted. Yeah, here I'm painting also a Celestial Vindicator again, with the white shoulder pads and this time a non-metallic metal armor. And yeah, it's a lot of fun painting him, but this is still in the decision phase what color scheme I really like. So my contestants are for deciding a new color scheme that I want to paint. Red armor, like those two here, with maybe a blue cloth or maybe white cloth here. Those three, or maybe here this one in magenta. This one I don't like so much, with the baby blue. So yeah, and I'm working throughout all kinds of test miniatures in order to finally find the color scheme that I'm happy with. So the gist of this video is basically, if you want to find the color scheme that really resonates with you, you have to sacrifice some miniatures in the process, and well, experiment a little bit, experiment with different painting techniques, even if it is the same color scheme overall, non-metallic metal or true metallic metal, or different variations of the same color here with stippling and matte colors, or high gloss variant with edge highlighting. What would you prefer in your color scheme, and just work through it, so that in the end you have a final product with your army that you're really happy with in painting. And also another benefit, if you work through a lot of test miniatures for army progressions, you get a lot of experience with different stuff, because you don't progress with your painting expertise if you only paint the same thing over and over and over again. In order to expand your horizon, you sometimes have to paint something different, and so I highly recommend working through some test miniatures. So I hope some of you find some things useful in this video. Maybe it's just inspiration for you for color schemes, maybe for Stormcast Eternals, or some Space Marines, or some totally different army, but the color scheme resonates with you. I don't know. Maybe it helps you. I hope so. Until the next video, it was happy to help, and we see us in the next video. You're Alexander. Bye.